In a world where the open road calls to the spirit of adventure, one motorcycle redefined the very essence of touring, becoming a legend that would carve its name into the heart of the Great American Journey. This is the story of the Honda GL1000 Goldwing, a marvel of engineering and design that emerged from the horizon in 1974 for the 1975 production year, not just as a motorcycle, but as a hairbringer of freedom and comfort for the long-distance traveler. With its revolutionary flat-four engine and unprecedented smoothness, the Goldwing promised a ride as limitless as the sky itself. This is the tale of how a daring idea transformed into an icon, inviting us to saddle up, throttle forward, and embark on a voyage through the annals of motorcycle history. Join us as we unravel the legacy of the Honda GL1000 Goldwing, the machine that redefined what it means to explore the open road. As we delve deeper into the genesis of the GL1000 Goldwing, it is crucial to understand the motorcycle market conditions of the early 1970s that paved the way for its inception. This era was marked by a burgeoning demand for more sophisticated and comfortable touring models, a stark contrast to the predominantly sport-oriented or utilitarian models that had dominated the scene and still did within their own niche. People still went absolutely crazy for raw speed, but some riders were beginning to seek out bikes that could offer both performance and comfort over long distances, a niche that was largely untapped at the time. Amidst this evolving landscape, Honda, a company who was already renowned for its innovation and engineering prowess, recognized an opportunity to break new ground. The market was ripe for disruption, with American highways calling for a motorcycle that could glide over vast distances with ease and the rugged Honda reliability that had so started to become well known. This was all happening right in the middle of the invasion of Japanese performance motorcycles into the world market. So it was only right in Honda's mind that while they were gaining market share in countries like America, where the Harleys reigned supreme in the touring sector, to try and gain some of that market. And their plan was to create what would become the Goldwing GL1000. Transitioning from the market conditions that paved the way for its creation, the heart of the Honda GL1000 was a masterpiece. At the core of the Goldwing's allure is a remarkable flat-four engine, which were now becoming staples of the Honda lineup. Now, flat-fours have been used in plenty of bikes before Honda did, but they were the first ones to truly mass-produce them. This liquid-cooled 999cc powerhouse was not just a technical marvel, it was a statement, signaling the dawn of a new era in motorcycle performance and touring capability. The engine's single overhead cam flat-four design was revolutionary, featuring a horizontally opposed configuration that contributed to a lower center of gravity, which enhanced stability and handling, particularly at high speeds and over long distances. Now, interestingly enough, initially, Honda was toying around with the idea of a flat-six engine for the Goldwing, but they decided to come to their senses and just go with the flat-four, which is a shame because a Honda bike that sounded like a Porsche 911 would have been absolutely awesome. With a bore and stroke of 72mm by 61.4mm, a compression ratio of 9.2 to 1, and four 32mm carburetors, the GL1000's engine was tuned to deliver a harmonious blend of power and smoothness, producing 78 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 61 foot-pounds of torque at 5,500 RPM, which propelled the Goldwing into a league of its own, offering riders unprecedented levels of performance and comfort. The significance of the GL1000's engine cannot be overstated. It was the linchpin in Honda's strategy to dominate the touring segment, providing a great foundation for the Goldwing's reputation as a reliable companion for cross-country expeditions. The engine's liquid cooling system was also a novel feature for motorcycles at the time, ensuring optimal performance across a wide range of conditions. Moreover, the engine's integration with the Goldwing's chassis was a feat of engineering, contributing to the bike's balanced weight distribution and relatively solid ergonomics, which enhanced that comfy touring riding experience. In essence, the GL1000's engine was more than just a source of power. It was the embodiment of Honda's vision for the future of touring motorcycles, and this vision was transferred to the pavement through a 5-speed transmission. Like a majority of Honda designs at the time, the Goldwing from a suspension standpoint followed suit with a telescopic fork in the front that was followed by a swing arm in the rear, which just happened to have twin shocks on the relatively heavy Goldwing, which weighed in at just a hair over 600 pounds dry. Thankfully, Honda did pony up on the braking system for the Goldwing, with disc brakes up front with 2-piston calipers and a single piston caliper in the rear to slow it down. This brutish Honda could do the quarter mile in around 13.5 seconds at 99 miles an hour, and it could do the famed 0 to 60 sprint in around 5 seconds, while topping out in excess of 120 miles per hour. The Goldwing was actually the second fastest accelerating motorcycle in the world at the time, and it technically wasn't even a sports bike. The bike made great power and it had the torque to back it up, but compare it to any contemporary sport bike of the day, and anyone that spent even a minute riding each could tell you right away that the Goldwing was not a sports bike, in the handling department specifically. It was just slower to react, had more give, and was overall a much less high-strung riding experience. This exact set of attributes for the Goldwing are very controversial. Lots of journalists at the time really hated it actually. They didn't feel that it was in the spirit of some of Honda's other sport bikes, and they thought it was kinda lazy and almost too calm and comfortable when they wanted something more akin to the Honda sport bikes. The hefty weight and relatively uninspiring handling of the GL1000 ended up making it a pretty slow seller in Europe, but across the ocean in the United States, the Goldwing was a smash hit. The US marketplace, with its long highways and larger stretches of open road, favored the Goldwing tremendously, and the bike had massive sales numbers and began to grow a true cult following in the US. And in classic American fashion, owners loved to modify and personalize these motorcycles however they wanted to. This meant new fairings, suspension bits, and even various go-fast parts to give these touring monsters even more shove. In the US alone, 97,000 of the first-generation Honda GL1000 Goldwings were sold throughout their production run from 75 to 79. Throughout these years, the Goldwings year over year got minor improvements and changes, but there was nothing really drastic that happened until 1980, when the second-generation GL1100 Goldwings were released. But that is a topic for a separate video, which if you want to see that, comment down below. The Goldwing is now a staple of Honda's two-wheeled lineup, and it has been since 1975. But before that, it was just an idea of Honda going against the grain and building something that was a bit outside their comfort zone, which ended up paying off for them and spawning a long legacy of comfortable touring bikes that are used and enjoyed by enthusiasts to travel state to state on their long-distance two-wheeled adventures. If you enjoyed this video, we would greatly appreciate it if you could drop a like and also share this video with other enthusiasts. Also, please make sure that you are subscribed to the Rare Motorcycles YouTube channel and smash that notification bell for more documentary-style videos just like this on the world's most interesting motorcycles. Until next time, enthusiasts.